Hello? 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 Where is it at? All to see the same shit you've seen over and over again.
I haven't seen any of them.
What, Allman Brothers? What, Steve Miller Band? Peter Frampton?
No. The Transstasia.
That's the same person as you just mentioned.
I know.
But he's dead.
No,
Alright. Seems like he'd be put on quite a lethargic show.
Green Cheese Incident.
Oh, I've heard of them.
They're pretty good. I'm really looking forward to it right now.
That sounds like the worst thing of all time.
It sounds like
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Turn on your shit.
Oh, now I'm turned on.
Yeah, bro. You ready?
Motherfucker, I was born ready. Oh, should I tweet?
So you're not ready.
Should I tweet?
If you want, yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna do this very simple tweet. Like, what is fuckers?
Oh.
Bill, go get her.
I could see him. I could see him go. He was just about to freak out. Fuzzy Brat. I told you. You said no, and I told you. I told you that Grateful Dead is a gateway drug into fish.
The gateway.
No one believes me.
Absolutely a gateway. Gateway band.
Pretty soon you'll be jamming out to DMB. DMB.
I do also want to go see Widespread Panic in concert.
Dave Matthews Band.
Nope. Still can't get behind them.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah, that's what you said about Fish. What? A month ago. And now you're like,
It was like last year, motherfucker.
I just want to see Fish so bad. I'm like, try Anastasia. It's going to be there. And it's going to like, they're going to put on the show.
Yeah.
Guess who's seen Dave Matthews Band live? Me.
Oh, gross.
For free.
That makes sense.
In college, someone was like, hey, I got this Dave Matthews Band ticket in Ames. You want to go? I'm like, all right, fine. But it was my ex-girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend's then girlfriend. It was her sister. So I was like, I had to be kind of in my best behavior, kind of.
Yeah. Like girlfriend or girlfriend? Like, hey, girlfriend!
It was my girlfriend at the time, sister.
Oh.
My actual girlfriend.
Because you made it sound like my ex-girlfriend's girlfriend is what you said, and I thought.
Yeah.
It's like my ex-girlfriend's girlfriend's sister.
She was my girlfriend at the time, but now my ex-girlfriend is what I meant.
Oh, so you guys aren't still dating?
No, not currently.
Hook a brother up?
Currently dating my wife.
Oh! Her name... Brandon?
I don't remember.
Bran? Brandon Stock?
Braun the Builder.
Braun the Wheeler. Mobile Braun.
The Brawny Mon.
I'm just gonna start referring to him as Wheels.
Who's the wingman then? That's a thing from American Dad. Wheels in the leg man.
So would the leg man would have been
Hodor.
Hodor.
Yeah. Wheels in the leg man.
No.
It was Theon there for a little bit.
Yeah.
For a very spoilers. Well, I guess that's not really a spoiler. You just use the leg man for a little bit.
Yeah. For no reason at all. How are we saying a little bit?
Well, I mean, he's there. He's leg man.
Why are my toes falling off? The callus I got from my half marathon, it's starting to peel. I touched it earlier and it hurt, so I'm not gonna. Peanut grid, huh?
Maybe before I get hammered.
2 probably, 3 maybe tops.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, bitch.
All right, let's go. It's not gonna work. Just a second. Just dicks. I mean, I'm technically not wearing pants, and neither are you. Okay, here we go. This should work.
Welcome to Pro Football Juice with your hosts, Nick and Jesse.
Hey, man.
Hey, everyone.
What's wrong with your cat?
He's just meowing.
It's like a deep howl meow, like a slightly randy, also trying to poop meow.
Well, you don't know if he's trying to puke because you'll hear him like bashing the sand, the litter against the side of the cat box.
On a side note, hey guys.
Hey, welcome everyone.
Anyway, what were you saying? You were pointing to screen.
Oh, I was just saying it's been on our podcast before.
Yeah, we've heard it. Yeah. You go like I'm surprised that the mics have picked up on it.
Yeah, well, mics are pretty good mics, I guess, right?
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Nick.
What's going on, man? It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, nothing much. How you been? I was at the draft.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
Oh, Canadian Club.
Oh yeah.
Stucking with the tried and true. I had a couple. I ran and then immediately started drinking. Mm-hmm. So I had to keep.
How many miles?
Huh?
How many miles?
3.5, I think, just tonight. I'm gonna do 8 or 10. 8 or 10 on Saturday.
All right. Fine.
So like I didn't mind just doing a small.
No, that's fine. You don't have to tell me.
All right. I signed up for another half marathon. Did you sign up for that 5K?
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, it's at 7 a.m.
But it's at 7 a.m. in Cedar Falls.
Yep.
And are you guys gonna like stay there? And
yeah,
no.
we're probably gonna get. We're gonna probably stay the night.
No. You don't go to.
We can share a bed.
You don't go to Sturgis Falls to run. You go to Sturgis Falls to get piss hammered, like I used to do at Sturgis Falls in college.
Yeah,
They've got a carnival.
I'm looking forward to it. I actually want to hang around after the half marathon for a change, because every half marathon I run it, I am miserable. I hate everything about everything, and I just want to get the fuck out of there. Mm-hmm. This time I'm going to try to stick around. I'm also going to try to run it in an hour 45.
Okay. When is it? June
30th.
I already have one for June anyway, I guess. I'm probably not going to do a 5K in May. I think I've decided.
There aren't any half marathons in Iowa aside from this.
There's not very many runs, period, that are any good in May for some reason. I feel like May would be the perfect time to run. Yeah. We were talking about it. But they're like, no. Maybe it's because it's somewhat raining all the time. I don't know.
I'll put on a race that you can do a 5K and I'll do a half marathon.
What, in May? Oh, you will put one on? Yeah, but you have to go through a lot of trouble to do a half marathon. Like, really? Yeah, you got to have all this extra stuff that you don't have to have for a 5K. Like porta potties and...
Well, I mean, like I did one. I ran That was weird. I ran a half marathon in December, and I didn't have Port Johns or anything in there, but I did duck off in the woods and take a tink.
That's so weird to me.
Why?
I mean, do you usually like stop or anything like during?
If I'm training, yeah, I can't run more than like 6 or 8 miles without having to piss. But then my half marathons, I don't have to piss the entire time. And if I do, I just decide that like I'm like, well, no, I'll wait till the next mile. Oh no, I'll wait till the next mile. I'll wait till the next mile. And at that point, it's like a half a mile left, and
then just let it go.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I've thought about it.
Much like the hit movie Frozen, sometimes you just gotta let it go. Don't hold it back anymore, as the song goes.
I am proud that I still have never seen that movie, and I don't think
there's no need for you to see it. Don't fucking see it.
I know. I'm not gonna.
Save yourself.
I will. I like this not having kids thing because I don't really need to see an animated film unless I want to see it.
I like animated films though. I like some of them a lot less now, and some of them do just plain suck. But some of them are actually pretty good.
That new Toy Story 4 looks like it's gonna suck.
Yeah, it might.
Like it just looks like they're grasping at straws.
Yeah, I mean they should have just stopped at 3.
Yeah,
because I think that was the plan, and they're like, "Oh wait a second, money."
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, did you say money?
It kind of seems like everybody
cash grab.
It kind of seems like from the trailer I saw, they barely got Tim Allen, and it's mostly kind of just seems like he doesn't line up with.
Well, it was Key and Peele.
People. What?
Key and Peele were like characters, like circus animals in it.
What? That's bizarre.
Yeah, like apparently they go to a circus or something, and Key and Peele were like 2 toys that were in the Carney games or whatever.
It just doesn't look great. I don't know, man. I guess I've stopped caring. I barely cared about Toy Story 3.
Toy Story 3 was pretty good. Oh,
yeah.
There was a sweet prank that someone did to their mother online. Well, they didn't do it online, but they put it online. And this YouTube-ish video.
Yeah.
So what they did was, you remember the end of Toy Story? All right, spoilers ahead for everyone who hasn't seen Toy Story 3.
Enough.
I know it has been, but I did a spoiler alert. So at the end of Toy Story 3, there's that scene where they're all getting like pushed into the incinerator, right? And they're all holding hands.
I don't remember this.
What? And then they get saved by the claw at the end.
All right.
Anyway, they're at the dump and they're getting pushed into an incinerator, and they're all like holding hands, like this is the end, like we're gonna die. Mm-hmm. And then they get saved by a giant claw by those alien things that come from that claw machine. Anyway, some kids took a DVD, like their mom rented it, and they took it and ripped the movie and put the credits right when they're all holding hands. And like they're like holding hands, and right before they got saved by the claw, they rolled the credits.
That's awesome.
And like reburned it on the DVD, put a label on it, put it in the DVD thing, and played it for their mom. And their mom, they're just videoing it and watching it, and that happened. The credits rolled. She's like, "What? What?" Just like freaked out that they just killed all these characters in a Disney movie. Oh, it was so classic.
That is fantastic.
I was freaking dying. Oh man, it killed me. It was awesome. They just such a cruel thing to do your mother. It's great. I can't wait for my kids to start doing that stuff to my mom or Brienne.
Yeah. Now I have access to it.
Yeah, but it's fun when my kids will do it to her just to F with her. Like to put that, because they'll do something like that and they won't tell me probably. And I'll be like, "Whoa, that was weird." And then they'll be like, "Oh, we did that, you know." And I'll be like, "Bravo, you little bastards. You did it." Mimi. Hello, Bill Alert.
Hey, what are you drinking?
Bill Alert.
Sorry.
I'm drinking a Pinot Grigio's Bota Box.
Yeah, it's classy.
Actually, this is care of Jeff Stellinga's wife, Erin.
Yeah. Oh, drink straight from the box. Straight from the box. Yeah, there you go.
Don't make me laugh. If you make me laugh, I will fuck this up.
Okay, guys, he's doing Oh, this is fantastic. I'm so proud of you. Wow, guys. He just right from the fucking box.
I did it.
That was awesome. I'm proud of you.
I'm a little proud of myself.
That's cool. That was cool.
I did.
That was cool.
There's this like a Osage tailgating tradition called slap bag. You ever heard of it?
Slap bag.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, they didn't make it up, but they always did it. They always had a box or a box wine, but they would take it out of the box, and it would just be like the bladder or whatever.
Yeah.
And they'd like take it and as long as they could, and they had to like slap it before they like gave it to someone else, and if they didn't, they had to do it again, kind of thing, like, and just pass it around.
Emily, were we dating when we? Yeah, we played beer pong with Franzia. We didn't have any beer.
That sounds horrible.
Franzia. We got pretty fucked up pretty quick.
Well, yeah, as you would.
Fun.
I remember having a box of Franzia in high school. And I remember it being absolutely awful. No, because we drank beer and we didn't really drink anything before that. So like the first time you have wine and to me as a child growing up, I always thought wine was like, fruity like grape juice or juicy. But then when you first have wine for the first time, it hits you straight in the mouth.
Yeah. It is you're like, well, this isn't juice at all.
This is basically the worst thing I've ever had. Yeah. Unless you like started out on like a Moscato or something.
Or a wine cooler.
Yeah, well, we all started on wine coolers.
Yeah.
Most of us.
I'm gonna need more ice. Ice, baby.
He's done it. Anyway, Boda Box, Peanut Grigio, 40 wine enthusiast best buys. I'm just reading the front of the box, but I can't really read it very well.
Pick it up.
Award-winning wines in eco-friendly portable packaging. Pairs well with everywhere.
Pairs well with everywhere?
That's what it says, yeah.
That's lazy writing.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of clever. Because everywhere,
Hey, speaking of lazy writing, Jesse was in a short that I made recently. And
it's never lazy writing when I'm improvising. I read your whole lines though. I didn't improvise.
We riffed the hell out of the one that Emily directed.
We stayed
pretty descript on that.
I think Emily's script read. Yeah. Just improvise.
Yeah. Yeah. This is banter. That's all. But yeah, so I get to Smoking Room Films will be released those both within the next 3 weeks.
That's exciting. I warned my parents about the first one already. It's funny though because the second one really didn't like. It's very like. It's funny. It's still good, but like, there's no swearing. There's no.
Yeah, I wanted to go for more of a serious tone on it, and for some reason I don't put a whole lot of cussing in my stuff unless it's like, unless it calls for it. Like I don't put I am a firm. So I watched the show Supernatural, and one of my biggest critiques of it is like. Those guys are supposed to be hunters. They wouldn't be hunters. They wouldn't be saying "dang it," "darn it." They say "shit," "fuck," God damn it," and like all this shit.
Right.
So like that's I feel like I try to write fairly realistic to life. And if you're at a dinner party with other people, I don't feel like you'd be saying fuck.
No, but like I could have been.
Yeah, that's true. But you were also you're. I guess.
Well, I think it was also the difference between I don't know if I should like between like a man and a woman.
Yeah, because you're also the human embodiment of the person's anxiety that you're tormenting.
Right. So in that regard, both were excellently written.
Hey, and excellently executed, sir. Wow.
That was not excellently executed.
No.
Anyway, I warned my parents yesterday before I stopped over at your place to tell them that the first one that's going to be released is not going to be something that we can show Grandma. Just make sure Grandma doesn't see it. I don't want to sully her view of me. Absolutely.
It's pretty damn vulgar. Like, yeah.
It sure is.
It's kind of just like the acting version of this podcast.
Yeah, I would say it's yeah.
Because it's just you and I fucking around.
I'm glad you put that around in there.
I wasn't gonna just stop at fucking.
It sounded like you were going to. If you play that, if you play that back, it'd be like just you and me fucking around.
The Christmas tree.
I have an idea for a short again. It's kind of an oh, by the way, when I for those of you that don't know, I was in Nashville last week, and I did take a hot tub bath with my phone, and I didn't lose anything except for I just thought today of something that I lost. I lost all my notes of like I would take like audio notes of like stand-up stuff and like ideas for shorts and stuff, and all that stuff was
That
gone.
sucks, man.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. The only thing that I can remember that was on there was what was it that weird? I had a weird idea for like a guy who was raised in a classical, like his mom played classical music and his dad only played punk, so he fused the two of them and formed a band called like Vomit Sauce or something. Something weird like that, but it was like death metal, but then he sang in classical. I don't remember, but it was something weird like that. Anyway, gone. Everything's gone.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
Shame.
I need to come up with one more anxiety one before we do the.
Oh,
other thing we
wait.
talked about.
My idea. I had an idea that was a one of those old timey music things, you know. No. Like a mixed CD, like someone's greatest hits.
Oh, a mixtape.
Yeah, but it's a well, it is old timey.
Old timey for you, Em. Because you're.
Yeah, because they showed it on TV, and you could get a cassette tape, or compact disc, even
A CD, if you will.
Yeah, if you will.
Going on from acronyms.
Correct.
Oh my god.
But anyway, it's a barbershop quartet that all has dirty songs. I've already written like 2 or 3 of the songs. I just have to come up with one more song and then names of a bunch of songs. Like one of the names of the song, or one of the songs that I wrote out was called "My Wife Hates My Dick."
Okay.
That's why she won't play with it.
Right on, flush it out. Write it. You know you could write these.
I have ideas that I rate.
Yeah. If you don't know how to do the writing format, just.
I already wrote 2 episodes of Kevin and Dad, but I don't think I ever want to do them. I don't know. I don't know if they'll be funny.
Well, they won't be with that attitude. Hey.
Yeah, right? Hello? Steven? You okay, Steven? Steven. Ah, correct. That's good.
Oh, God.
That's always a good sign.
Anyway, my new job over the past couple weeks, one of the things that's been making my head spin is acronyms. And I found out that there are over 1,300 acronyms used within this company. And we got a new acronym yesterday called ASSC. I think I told you about it a little bit. It stands for, there are 2 acronyms in it. It stands for, come on, where the fuck are you? Sorry, hold on.
You're at my house.
On. I am embarrassed. What?
ASC?
ATE CELT scoring capability. So ATE is an acronym, a CELT is an acronym. So it's there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words in this acronym. It's insane.
That's not any way to live.
No, it's driving me insane.
Excuse me. It's not any way to run your business. Nobody's going to remember all that shit.
No, but they at least respect their employees and don't move around them in like pawns and up and then move up their best friends and as director place in like seniors and shit without telling people, and you know they also don't call their employees F words, the 3-letter F words. And you know, I also haven't caught any of the managers fucking other people in storage rooms. So yeah,
Oh, that one.
that 3-lettered F word.
Well, it would be a big deal if you weren't. I wish I could say that.
I'm just gonna rip into
I,
my former
God,
employer.
I really wish I could. I really wish I
shit.
could say that.
You have any ice down here?
No, I don't have any ice down
Shit.
here. You
Em,
might be
you
able
might
to. You might be able to pick some out of the. Oh wait, no, I cleaned that out. Never mind.
You might need to sit in for me for a second. We haven't talked about the draft at all, and it happened last week.
I was there.
I know.
For God's sakes.
You should talk about it a little bit.
Nah.
Okay.
I was there, but I was super drunk most of the time.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you be?
I would be. I would be.
Well, yeah. So draft happened, and I texted Jesse the day of the draft, thinking there would maybe be a surprise. Like I think I thought that maybe.
Oh, I called it.
Yeah. I had predicted that the Cardinals, like I said, wild prediction time or whatever, bold prediction time. I had predicted that the Cardinals would draft Quinnen Williams, the Niners would draft Bosa, and then I thought the Jets would then. I actually don't know what I had the Jets doing, but regardless, I ended up having the Raiders drafting Kyler Murray and trading Derek Carr. And none of that happened.
I said, no, that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is the Cardinals are going to draft Kyler Murray and then trade Josh Rosen.
Which is what happened.
Which is exactly what happened.
And then...
boom. Frickin' boom.
Yeah. Our image did freeze.
Yeah, it's been doing that.
Oh, okay. So Kyler Murray was drafted overall number 1 with Nick Bosa number 2 and Quinnen Williams number 3. Those were pretty much all three given. Most people knew that's kind of how it was going to go. I thought the Jets were going to trade out of the first of the 3 spot. I thought they were going to trade back, but I guess they couldn't find any takers, so they drafted Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, and with 4, for some reason, Oakland decided to go with Clellan Ferrell, who would have been available later.
Yeah.
And then for their next pick, the 24th pick, they went with a running back, Josh Jacobs, which was also somewhat baffling to me. And then with the next pick, they picked a safety, which I don't know anything about. And then they traded away their last first round pick.
Did they not? Oh, I guess they have Antonio Brown. I guess as a wide. I was thinking of who do they have as their wide receivers, and it's Antonio Brown.
Yeah, it's just Antonio Brown.
I know, a 30-year-old Antonio Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, but he wasn't even their number 1 though. Oh, Amari Cooper.
Yeah, Amari Cooper's in Dallas now.
Yeah, right. It was Amari Cooper, and they had Jordy, obviously, but Jordy's gone, and then Amari Cooper's gone, and so they're just basically going to triple cover Antonio Brown, and they won't be able to pass the ball. Mm-hmm. Jared Cook's not even there anymore.
Yeah.
And Jared Cook was pretty much their best wide receiver last year.
The Giants had the best pick in the draft.
You know what they allow? You talked about this a little bit. So they picked up Daniel Jones
with the
super early.
Yeah.
Some people thought he would be available in the 5th round.
Yeah.
And he's not.
They had 2 picks in the first round. They could have picked him with their second pick in the first round.
Yeah, if they wanted to, they could have picked him with their first pick in the 2nd round, or 3rd or 4th. But yeah, Daniel Jones. Apparently, he has connections to the Mannings. This pick, so the next day we were watching ESPN. I just threw ESPN on when we were getting ready to go out and stuff, and it was a lot of draft talk, and it was nothing but Daniel Jones. It was Daniel Jones and then Clellan Ferrell from Oakland. That's the only 2 things they fucking talked about from the first round. The only 2 things. It was them just being like, why Daniel Jones? Why Daniel Jones? He sucks. Kyler Murray is, Dwayne Haskins is great. He's great. I can't believe what they did. Daniel Jones sucks. Like, that was just it. They brought another guy in to interview, and he's like, "Oh my God, can we please talk about Daniel Jones?" And they talked about him again for another half an hour.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I'd seen the reports that they were really high on Daniel Jones, and then I'd seen like a follow up saying like if they draft Daniel Jones with their first round pick, they're idiots.
Yeah.
For it, and the fact that they let Dwayne Haskins go.
Yeah, and
like,
you know, and he, by the way, you said this is what I was getting at, I guess. The Giants, you were like, I wanted to shake David Gettleman's hand for just making the Giants still shitty, right? But what they did was they allowed Dwayne Haskins to just fall to the Redskins without the Redskins having to do anything.
Yeah.
So now they have a really good quarterback. So like, not David, like the Giants fucked up, but like now you have the Redskins who are better now.
Maybe. I don't know if Haskins is gonna like. Apparently, from what I've seen, is he's slow, so he has to be like perfect pocket passer.
Well, yeah.
I don't have much hope, which I hope not. I mean, like he plays for the Redskins, so I really hope nothing but losing.
Oh wait, and the Redskins picked up Case Keenum, and they have Alex Smith, who's probably not going to play this year
Or ever again, I bet.
Yeah, probably. At a certain point, you just have to, you know, take a look at what's important or whatever. I mean, you already have CTE, so
Yeah.
because they all do.
They all have CTE, man.
Well, 95%. Well, then 5% don't.
No, 95% of players tested in this study that was done had CTE. But that's not 95% of all players. That's just 95% of all players tested.
I wonder if it's. I mean, I'm sure it's probably more prevalent in like offensive and defensive line. Don't you think?
Yeah, but apparently
in running
it's
backs.
just, yeah, I guess it's more for linebackers, defensive line.
That would make sense. You think offensive line too, because they just ram themselves into into the defensive line.
I would imagine that running backs too. Any running back that takes it straight up the middle.
You're right, exactly. Like the bigger ones.
Yeah, and I guess it's just like any kind of regular standard hit. Those build up over multiple times.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think least likely would probably be wide receivers.
Yeah, because you can't touch them anymore.
Right. Quarterbacks. Punters, well, yeah, punters and kickers, yeah. Maybe long snappers.
A 27-year-old punter.
He's 27. Yeah, from Utah, right?
He's good, yeah.
That's the weirdest thing because I was present and I watched the TV when the punter for Utah got picked, and not that long afterwards, the kicker from Utah got picked. So both the kicker and the punter from Utah got picked. Apparently, their kicking squad was on point.
Em, can you sit in for me? I gotta go grab some ice. She said, "Oh no."
It's the Emily McKay
Emily hour.
It's the Emily McKay Game of Thrones 5-minute special. Oh. Now Nick's not here, Emily. It's you and I. Now listen, we're talking Game of Thrones whether you like it or not. And spoiler alerts for anyone who hasn't seen Game of Thrones. Spoiler
King
alerts.
and Bran team up.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Night King has taken.
Yep, he is the leg man, as we alluded to earlier.
Yeah.
So, and then they get on the dragon. So it's basically the Night King riding a dragon and Bran riding the Night King, and they go out and open a bistro together in eastern Seattle.
Also known as King's Landing.
Yeah, it's the King's Landing. It's the King's Landing of Seattle, right next to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Where is the Rock and Roll? I know the Rock and Roll. No, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's not what I meant because that's in Cleveland. You know, no, that's Canton. I'm pretty sure the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland.
So Bran and the Night King, they opened up a bistro.
And Nick's back.
Sorry for Emily nerding things up, guys.
You should be. It was my fault.
All right. So, how do you feel the Vikings did with their draft?
So I was kind of perusing some reviews or whatever, and like one thing that was said was on like Good Morning Football is that one of the winners of this whole draft was Kirk Cousins.
Why?
Because
they didn't draft a quarterback?
No, it's because they got an undrafted quarterback actually, but no, it's because they drafted offensive players like crazy. So they got a center with their first pick, Garrett Bradbury, right? Yeah. And then they went ahead and drafted the number 3 overall tight end in the whole damn draft, Irv Smith, in the second round, which I think was a great pick. But there were a lot of good offensive linemen that were still on the board that they could have picked also, which I would have been absolutely fantasticalized with. Then they picked up a running back. He's more of a bruiser running back. They picked up another guard, a tackle, and then 2 wide receivers in the 7th. They went offense crazy in this draft. They had 12 picks, I believe, because they traded out of the 3rd round 3 times. Which, by the way, I was in Kid Rock's Badass American Honky Tonk Bar when it happened. No, actually, in all honesty, that bar was freaking awesome. It was freaking awesome because they had live bands there, right? And they played they didn't really play country music, they just played rock and roll. They played Guns N' Roses. They played Purple Rain. They played Purple Rain.
Weird.
Yeah, they just played rock music, and rock music that like everyone was singing. I was singing. I did an entire what song? I can't remember what Guns N' Roses song it was, but it was like
November Rain.
No, it wasn't November Rain. It was
Live and Let Die.
No, it wasn't Live and Let Die. That's the next one I just thought of. It wasn't Welcome to the Jungle.
I was trying to avoid.
Yes, it was Sweet Child of Mine, and they have that sweet like guitar solo in there. I like air guitared the whole thing, and people were like around me, like taking pictures.
That's where you make that's how you get huge, man.
Yeah, there was more people looking at me air guitaring the solo to Sweet Child of Mine than people watching the guy actually doing the solo from Sweet Child of Mine.
That is awesome.
This is Sunday. Like during the day, it was just like 2 p.m. on a Sunday. Oh, I was wasted. We were all just freaking wasted at this point. But yeah, like Kid Rock's bar, which just opened a couple months ago, apparently, or a few months ago, is actually a lot of fun. So there's my endorsement. That's my endorsement for a bar to go to if you aren't super nutsoid crazy about country music and you go to Nashville. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what was I talking about?
I don't remember.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings.
Oh yeah, how he won.
Yeah, they just drafted a lot of pieces to go around it and make him more successful, which is
it works.
Yeah, I mean they also drafted. Yeah, right. They also drafted like a safety and defensive tackle and. Man,
we didn't draft a safety until the 6th round.
Yeah, I would have. Apparently, they're thinking George Ioka is the answer.
Yeah, we got George Ioka and Jeff Heath.
Ugh.
Yeah. But we did bulk up our defensive line and our offensive line. So we're going back to working on having an elite offensive line again. So that's exciting.
That is exciting.
And we drafted the Jackson brothers, Michael and Joe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't think they're actually. Wait,
no, they're not.
They're both from Miami.
Really?
Yeah, I wonder if they're related now.
What did your brother said? Like if they drafted Tito, he's gonna do something.
Yeah,
I don't remember what he said exactly. He said but yeah, Michael Jackson is. Yeah, he's not an offensive lineman, is he?
No.
I was thinking. Oh, there's an offensive lineman named Michael.
Michael
Jordan.
Jackson's a cornerback, and Joe Jackson is a defensive end.
Yeah.
Connor McGovern were their offensive guard that we drafted.
Oh yeah, you know what? I thought he was going to come out of the coming out. I thought he was going to come out last year, so that's actually a good pick. Like when I was doing all those mock drafts and stuff last year, Connor McGovern was actually pretty high up offensive lineman from Michigan. Is that right?
Penn State. It was Connor.
That's
Connor
what I
McGovern.
said.
Connor McGovern.
It's like you're not even listening to me.
I know.
Anyway. Oh man.
What?
Oh god. TJ Hawkinson from Iowa went to Detroit and I was livid. I was absolutely livid. And here's why. Detroit, I don't really have anything super against Detroit unless they're good, but very rare is the case that they're any good. But they're just that's my whole point. They're not good. They drafted TJ Hawkinson at number 8, I believe, which is great for him, but it also sucks for him because he's so good and he's going to go to Detroit and they're going to waste his talent. He's never going to win a playoff game. He's never going to go to the Super Bowl. He's just going to be one of those guys who the Lions waste, like Barry Sanders or Calvin Johnson or Matt Stafford or
Right. It sucks.
I feel sorry for him because
he'll have a new toy, but he'll get injured.
Well, it's not even that. He'll have a new toy, and maybe they'll have a great year together, but that doesn't mean the Lions are going to be any good. They're not going to be any good.
No, they're always going to be bad.
That sucks for TJ Hawkinson.
Stafford's regret.
Yeah, I would...
Also just because, like,
Age.
Got his ass kicked for several
Well, yeah, he's not that young. I mean,
No.
he's the same age as, no. He would be around the same age as Sam Bradford. He would be, like, either a year
Maybe.
older than Sam Bradford, maybe. Because Sam Bradford was a number 1 pick, and then the very next year or the year before, Matt Stafford was like the number 1
Stafford's
pick.
31.
Yeah, right, exactly. I think he was drafted like the year before or after Sam Bradford because they were both number 1 picks.
Sam Bradford's 31.
There you go.
Wow.
Noah Fant, the other Iowa tight end, got drafted by Denver, which I think will be a pretty good fit for him, although they don't have a quarterback really to speak of currently. Who do they have as a quarterback right now?
Who?
Denver. I'm talking Noah Fant, bitch.
Joe Flacco.
But
they drafted.
They drafted Drew Lock.
I thought Denver did the smartest move in the offseason. Overall, I think this is the smartest offseason move John Elway's done by signing Joe Flacco and then getting Locke.
Right.
Because Locke can sit on the bench. Because as long as Flacco stays healthy, he's going to learn behind Flacco. And like Flacco's not great, but like
well, then
he's efficient.
And they still have Emmanuel Sanders, and then now they have George Fant, who's like a pretty
Noah
big.
Fant.
Oh yeah, George Fant. Oh, George Fant is a. What is George? George Fant is a offensive tackle, I think, for Seattle, or used to play for Seattle. Anyway, Noah Fant. My bad. Oh, by the way, one thing that they were doing in so I've mentioned this countless times already that I was in Nashville for the draft, but they had this thing that was like this NFL draft experience that was just outside of the Tennessee Titans stadium, Nissan Stadium. And they had this thing that was like from Panini football cards or Panini collector cards, like I've never heard of Panini brand.
I haven't either.
But anyway, they're like, oh, when's the last time you had football cards or bought a pack of cards? I'm like, no, like 30 years ago, maybe. And she's like, oh, okay, well, when you go up into this thing, because we were in line to do something, I didn't quite know what it was, then come on back and I'll give you a pack of cards. So the thing that they wanted us to get in line was like their little booth or whatever, was they gave you like a jersey of your choice and you held it up and then they put your team on the Jumbotron behind you and said, you're the number 1 pick, yay. And then they also, oh wait, no, that wasn't even that was something else. God damn it. What they did was they put you in a card, they put you in a football card, like you're a rookie or whatever, a football card. And then she gave you a pack of cards afterwards. So Brienne got a pack, I got a pack.
You're in the card?
No, that was just a digital picture. But but I opened my pack of cards, and it looked like they might be some pretty valuable cards.
So that's what I've heard recently, that like people aren't buying baseball, football cards anymore, but like there are some really valuable ones in packages, but people aren't grabbing them anymore.
Right.
So I've actually heard that some are still worth money, but no one cares about them.
I wouldn't mind. I used to be a huge NBA basketball card fan. I would just have tons of them.
Yeah.
Like I still have them somewhere.
I've got 3 fucking binders full of baseball, football, and basketball.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind just getting back into like getting football cards again. I think it's kind of fun. Yeah, you get a pack. You don't know what's in the pack.
Like Emmitt Smith rookie card. Got some really good ones, and they're probably not worth anything. But yeah, something about it is just like finding.
What are you gonna get?
Like,
what are you gonna get? Or just your favorite player, even,
Yes.
or a Vikings player. Like, because every time I got a Supersonics player, I was like, yes. Yeah, we should get some. We should go get some football cards. Emily,
on our way home, Walmart for cards, McDonald's for food.
Emily, on your way home, I'll come with you. We'll
Just
go to
come
get
with
some
us.
cards. You'll drive me back home.
You're gonna have to drive him back home,
or
just leave me at McDonald's.
Or let me grab some work clothes, and then you can come in early with me,
I like this plan.
so we can
I'll
go
even
buy
drive
some
you guys
football
into
cards.
work.
So we can go
I'll
get some
even
football
drive
cards.
you to work.
Anyway, okay. I should show them to you. They're upstairs. But I got 2 packs because Brian doesn't give a shit.
2-pack. What? Oh no, I can do a Chewbacca sound. That wasn't it.
I wish I was more spitty. My mouth is kind of dry.
What?
I wish my mouth was more spitty because I'm very dry. I could do one. Can't. No. No, can't do it. Need to wet my whistle. Oh, this will make me a little bit vomity in my mouth.
I just rolled something in the back of my throat. I don't know why. Washing wine around in your
Probably your
mouth.
tongue.
Oh,
Can't do it. It's over.
oh, that just reminded me of Ray Romano. And so I went.
I use spit. I don't roll my tongue.
I don't roll my tongue either. I don't know what it is.
I thought you were
No, it's something in the back of my throat that I roll. Same reason I can go. Tongue, I can still do it. Anyway, I've been watching the Epics show Get Shorty.
Yeah.
They have the first season.
Based
on
off the
Netflix.
movie You Get Shorty? Wait.
No,
I was
based
saying
off the
something.
novel by Elmore Leonard.
I was saying something quick. I'll put a pin in that because they're talking about football cards. And Noah Fant, this is connected. So one of the football cards I got was this cool, like iridescent, like almost silvery, like reflective Noah Fant card.
Wow.
It was like, so 2 of the cards in there were like, you know, the stupid fucking, very, very vehement about this. Like the ones that were like, oh, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule card. No one gave a shit about those. Yeah. I got 2 of those in each pack for different teams. I got a, did I get an Adam Thielen? I can't remember. But one of them was this like 2 of them were rookie cards. And one of them was freaking Noah Fant in this really cool card. I was wearing his Iowa jersey and shit. It was awesome.
I guess he wouldn't be wearing that Denver jersey.
No, he wouldn't. They didn't. He was not drafted by Denver when I got these cards. That was the day before, or during the day before the draft. I'll just show it to you. It was cool. And then they gave us also a pack of the Hall of Fame class. So I have 2 of those. One of them is unopened because we got the same ones. I didn't want to open it. I was actually gonna wait a little bit and have Logan open one so I can get him into like opening them, and then we can have a thing where we just both go buy cards.
Fucking football.
Okay, Get Shorty. I'm still there's a pin still in it, but I want to talk about one more thing because it's a shout out to my grandma. Because my grandma loved me so much. First, she bought me that gold Queen 2-disc like greatest hits set, you know, It was just in gold box. It was money. And the other thing she bought me that was awesome for like Christmas was an entire box of basketball card packs.
Pack, huh?
Each pack,
That's cool.
which I did that day.
Yeah. Yeah, why
It was my
not?
favorite. It was my favorite brand. Like I had a. It was like
Topps?
no, it wasn't Tops. It was like Fleet, I think.
Okay.
Like it was a specific type that I went and kept buying them, like the same ones, because if you buy enough of them, then you'll get one that's money.
I'm gonna go home and look through my fucking cards now.
Right.
Because so I've got like the last there was when I was living in Williamsburg, somebody just opened up like in the middle of the town square, like this shop where you could go buy, sell, trade.
That's what
cards or
happened.
whatever.
That's what happened in my town too. Like
You could also buy mystery boxes, like mystery card
Oh.
boxes, and I bought one, and it's been they're still in there. I've gone through it, but like I kind of want to go through it now and
just
see
go
if it's
through it again.
Anybody.
I went to one time. A buddy of mine's dad was a big coin collector, so he went to all these like trade shows and sold coins. So one time, him and I. Not his dad, but him and I went with his dad to a coin show, and we like put all our cards and like all our shitty ones we didn't care about into like card packs with like a good one on the front, and then had all our more expensive ones in binders and stuff, and priced them all out and like took them. And I had this is one of my biggest regrets of all time, by the way. I had a Frank Thomas card, and I don't buy baseball cards. I just got it somehow, and it was this big hurt prism like card or whatever that I had. We had the latest Beckett magazine that told us what all the prices were, and I put 75 cents on it, and the guy's like, "Oh, I'll buy that. That sounds good," and I sold it to him, and I was like, "That seems weird." So I looked it up later. It was actually a $75 card that I sold to a guy for 75 cents. And that guy was a pro because he had his own stand. He knew exactly what was going on. And I was a little kid. So that guy's a dick, first of all. And second of all, I fucked up, whatever. Yeah. But right when I sold it, I was like, man, that doesn't seem right at all. But I sold it.
I've got like the Jordan ones. I really need to go back to it because I went crazy with collecting for a bit. I've got like the old school.
Oh yeah.
3 of those full of them.
I've got one of those that's just like, you know how you couldn't put any more cards in because it started going the other way. That's what happened with that one. And I think I have 2 actually of those. And then I had those long boxes,
Yeah.
I had like 1 long box and then 2 of the shorter ones, and then I had a bunch of like the plastic cases that I put my most like expensive ones in there.
Spend a day where we get all of our cards.
Well, the one that I have that I know is worth a lot
Big
is
lane.
that Frank Thomas one. Like I used to, I had a bunch of cards. Like I would buy like plaques.
Uh-huh.
Like wooden
With
plaques that had like Sean Kemp underneath, Supersonics 40, that I'd put like I had like 2 or 3 of those.
Man, something about I used to love. It was like a feeling that I would get whenever I'd look at that stuff. It's like the smell, the feel.
Oh, the smell,
like,
yeah.
Like
the feel,
it makes me want to. Like I kind of want.
plastic.
I want to just end this podcast so I can go look at my fucking cards now.
Well, I mean, it's such a scam, because you never get anything good. Plus, you get like quadruplets, like 5 of the same.
Yeah.
Like I have like probably 6 or 7 Tom Gugliotta cards, from the Washington
I have a
Bullets.
shitload of Muggsy Bogues cards.
Buddy of mine
Some
came to.
John Stockton cards, Larry Bird cards.
Yeah. Oh, Larry Bird. That's nice. My parents bought me this big pack of Fleer cards once from Costco that I absolutely loved, and I gave my buddy some, but they were kind of like cut weird. Like there's certain things that make them more or less valuable. One is like the wear on the corners. One of them is like sometimes the cutter gets off, so like there's more white on the top than there is on the bottom, so they're not centered. Like
that'd be worth more because it's an imperfection.
no, it's not. You'd think, but it's not. Like you grade it out, just like you grade like a comic book out and stuff like that. Anyway,
We've got to be. This podcast is this is what a waste of a podcast. Hour.
48 minutes.
Excellent. Hey man.
Hello.
Kinkies.
Hello, Dolly. Yeah, I really want to go find where my cards are. They're either in there somewhere or they're in that closet somewhere. I feel like they're in that closet somewhere.
I'm gonna be like drunkenly standing naked over my cards later. Emily's gonna come into the room. She's like, "Are you gonna come to bed?" I'm like, "Emily, they're fucking everywhere. They're great."
I don't. I feel like the way you're describing your collection is that you have more than me.
No, I think you got more than me. If the way you're describing it, you probably got more than me. I've got mine pretty organized, except for the box of them.
Mine are strictly basketball.
Oh, see, I've got
but
football,
I have
baseball, and basketball.
Well, my brother had. Well, see, I guess I have some baseball because I had that Frank Thomas one. But like, there's very few baseball and there's some football, and I think my football ones are like super old because they were previously like my brother's. Maybe
that's awesome though.
Yeah, but they're in shitty shape because I would just look through them. I mean. You know, with the thing with cards, if you find one that's valuable, right? You want to keep looking at it and touching it, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to like find it and then just put it away.
How do you know if it's valuable?
Well, Beckett. No, it was the magazine that had all of the. Yeah. And then you could just flip through them, like at the store we had. Like I would just you just flip through them and see like what year and whatever he had. It would be interesting to know. Oh, now you just look online, I suppose. But that was before the internet. Oh, I know where they're at. They're like kind of in that corner,
like almost crammed and hidden with the Magic card.
Yeah, right. And like they have all these other things like like Star Wars and fucking Avengers.
Yeah,
like trading cards. Who would want any of that junk?
My brother was into Pokemon cards back in the day. And
last week, yeah,
he got a like I think he was told 14 karat gold. I don't know. Anyway, it's a golden Pikachu card. This thing's thick, man. I thought it was just gold plated. So like I took a knife and like tried to scratch it off. I couldn't get it to scratch.
You took a knife to his Pokemon card?
I did.
How dare you? Did he flip shit on your face?
I don't think so. I don't think he cared. See, my brother, Chris, has a bad habit of like having stuff and then getting rid of it before. What?
That's nice.
Emily's rocking herself to sleep. Anyway, he has a bad habit of like buying stuff and then kind of getting rid of it before.
Yeah, like his video games. You told me.
No, his comics. He used to have like, he had comics that like I've told Nick about.
Plastic Pants?
Yeah. Like Chris now would have made so much money off his comics if he hadn't just given them away.
Yeah. He shouldn't have. I also have a bunch of Spider-Man comics somewhere, but they were like mailed to me, so they're worth nothing probably.
Blaster might pay for them.
I'll sell them to him for $3,000 a piece.
3,000? Better make it 4.
Yeah. It's a good idea. Let me look through my notes. Oh yeah, Tyreek Hill is a complete piece of human garbage.
Yeah, did you see his denial that came out today?
Yeah, also, hey, he was spying on his wife with a webcam and saw that she was passed out, so he's a hero.
Wasn't there like a 24-minute phone like conversation where he basically incriminates himself?
Oh, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. Well, maybe this is a different one, but like the one I've actually heard, there was one where she's like, why does your son keep saying, "Daddy did it, Daddy did it"? And this is about breaking the arm thing, where he broke his 3-year-old's arm. For those of you who don't know,
he also held his kid's arm out and punched him in the chest.
Yeah, or he would force them to put their arms out so that he could punch them in the chest. A 3-year-old.
Yeah.
So allegedly, but he doesn't deny anything. Which, if Brienne was like, "Why did you break Logan's arm?" I would be like, "The fuck, I broke Logan's arm." Like, I will break your face if you accuse me of breaking his arm. Like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I wouldn't break my wife's face, but you know what I mean. Spousal abuse. It's funny. But anyway, like, he doesn't deny it at all, but he doesn't say he did it. instead, she said, it's not about respect. He doesn't respect you. He's afraid of you. And then he says, you better be afraid of me too, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he doesn't deny anything, but he definitely doesn't do anything to make himself seem innocent whatsoever.
Did you see
Not
the
to mention, this
Bleacher
is the
Report?
same girl that he like knocked out in college.
That like he got charged with, but
Yeah.
then they settled.
Yeah, or something, or whatever.
So like, did you see that the Bleacher Report article where they actually interviewed GMs and stuff and head coaches and said we can't help ourselves. He'll be on a team next year.
oh yeah, no, I don't doubt that. Look
And,
at Kareem Hunt.
and someone in the front office or GM or whatever said that the NFL has a problem with domestic violence and they're not addressing it, and it's true.
Yeah.
Like, how many players keep getting busted for beating on their kid or their wives?
Right, Adrian Peterson, like they basically created the commissioner's exempt list for Adrian Peterson,
yeah.
and at the same time, Ray Rice
Yeah.
came out. And it's just like,
Have more.
honestly though, like in the real world, Nick, if you are, let's just go ahead and say that you went home because you drank too much and beat Emily up tonight.
Would not.
I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking. Of course you wouldn't, because you love Emily. But let's just go. Oh, no. Let's do this. Let's do this then. Let's just go ahead and she's mad at you for drinking too much.
Yeah,
and you go
that's
home
likely.
and she beats the shit out of you.
Very likely. He's definitely
Emily
hit me more than
takes
I've
you
ever
home.
hit her.
There's a bat and she beats the living shit out of you.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome. But let's, Emily would come to work the next day and was like, so I beat the shit out of Nick last night. I was like, oh yeah?
Well, her knuckles are bloody.
Yeah, they're just a pulp. I'm like, okay. How'd that go?
Nick took his first sick day today. Oh, what happened? I beat the fuck out of him.
I beat the ever loving
Why?
shit out of him.
He's had too many drinks. Just wanted to teach him a lesson.
And then let's say that you sued her
Oh,
because of it. And whatever, you lost,
I
you
wouldn't
won.
sue. I'd sing a song like Billy Madison.
You-
Thank you for beating the crap.
Thank you, Veronica, for beating the shit out of me. Adam Sandler being on SNL for the first time in 25 years this Saturday. Do you think she should lose her job because of beating the hell out of you? Oh, this isn't right because it's a girl and a guy. It doesn't matter. I mean, it shouldn't matter, but it does.
So, like, that's an interesting question because, like, that it kind of goes along with the like, if someone gets a DUI, should they lose their job?
Right.
If someone gets an assault charge, should they lose their job?
Right. Like, if you get a
charge of a felony, you should probably lose your job.
Right.
Is an assault charge a felony or a misdemeanor?
I don't know.
And this is kind of interesting because it kind of reminds me the
Well, it's
question that's been going around is if like prisoners should be able to vote, and I don't think prisoners, if they're in prison, they should be allowed to vote. But I think once they're out of prison, they should be allowed to vote. Like, and I don't know if that's, but because like once they're out of prison, they're citizens again. They did their time, whatever.
Well, they're still citizens when they're in jail, right?
They are still citizens, but they've given those rights up.
They've lost their rights.
Yeah, they've lost those, but also some people are wrongfully imprisoned. The whole justice.
Well,
system is fucked.
that's a whole
different
podcast.
debate. But,
Yeah.
but the recent thing that's been going on, is like, should prisoners get to vote? And I think you should get to vote once you've been.
If you
once
get
you're
out, your rights should be restored.
Agreed. 100%.
But anyway, like,
Unless
if I get a DUI, right? If I get a DUI, what? It's a woman.
no, yeah,
That's what you're gonna say. If they're a Republican or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, anyway, no. But if I get a DUI, I'm not gonna get fired probably, unless my job is driving a truck.
Yeah, yeah. But if you beat the shit out of someone,
If
I don't know.
if I get arrested for assault, I don't lose my job. If I don't go to jail, like, I have to be in court, but I don't lose my job. Like, I mean, I guess it's up to the employer.
I always wondered because I wonder.
Let's just go ahead and say I get hammered, and then I go out into like Bo James tonight or something, some bar,
Yeah.
Jane A Tap. Someone starts some stuff with me, maybe, but I throw the first punch and I just beat the ever loving shit out of somebody, and they sue me. I don't lose my job because of that.
I don't know. I think it's really up to the employer discretion because the employer really wouldn't have a reason to fight. I don't feel like at the university, No, because of how difficult it is. I don't think you'd get fired. If your job, I think it'd be easy to get fired.
Now, if I went upstairs and punched Brienne out, I could get fired. I could get fired for that.
Could you?
Couldn't I? Like
I don't know.
it's like I think there's a clause like in the NFL especially. There's like a that is detrimental to their brand or to their
See, I always thought the people
Something.
in the NFL were actually held to a higher standard because they're supposed to be.
they're like celebrities or
Yeah,
like
they're-
role models
They're
or
role models for quote, our children.
right, sure, which they shouldn't be. Like no one who's an athlete should be a role model, really.
Except, I mean, like it's the same kind of role model the actors are. Like,
Well, I
think
would
they
argue
should
that they
still-
also shouldn't be.
I think they should still. Yeah, but
Like your people
don't
who
know.
win the Nobel Peace Prize should be, or like
True, but that, I mean, that's why
astronauts
That's why
are-
actors, I think, should be held to a different standard. Like they should have to do extra things because honestly, fucking unpopular opinion time, and this is coming from someone who's actually directed people, and my wife happens to be an actor.
Me too.
All they do, and so are you.
Oh, thanks.
All you guys, all they do is play pretend for money, and
Well, yeah,
pay
no, exactly.
lots of money
Well,
to
here-
just do something that kids do every day.
Think about this. When you're a kid,
So they should be able to be. They should be role models. To kids.
when you're a child, what do you say when you want to be a grow up? An astronaut,
I want to be a cop.
a firefighter, a cop. Then no one says I want to be like an actor, right?
Yeah.
It's because when you're young, like you see those positions as heroes, as like something that you could strive to be. But like when you grow up and you get like convoluted, and you're like, oh shit, those guys don't make any money. I want to be someone important that people just want to like say, ooh, look at that, they're an important person or whatever. Like that's when you start getting into that stuff. Right? I don't know. That's just a complete thing I just went off of. That might not be true.
I keep seeing some flashing over here, and I don't know if I actually see it.
Am I like reflecting things?
No, it's just like every once in a while I see a flash in my life, and like I look over at Emily, and she just looks at me like, "What?" Like Mac sometimes does. So Mac is not doing well.
Yeah, you said he had
Worried about
hip
He
dysplasia.
might have hip dysplasia. Yeah. Lately, he's been.
Is that like
we'll take him
arthritic
on-
or?
So it happens with big dogs. It's like become separated kind of thing, and I
Yeah, it sounds very painful. The
hip
hip
joint.
joint.
I believe it's a ball and socket.
but basically, like Nick
Like
was
I'm
saying,
saying,
it's not
not
connected.
connected. So anyway, so like we'll take him on just
Emily,
a normal,
ladies and gentlemen.
1.5 2 mile walk, and he'll be exhausted now throughout the.
But doesn't look like he's in pain.
No, but like today, I go home for lunch, and he limped on his way up the stairs and going out of the door. Like he.
Mac is a big.
Mac is a big energetic dog.
It
Oh, we
just
did
takes
not
off.
give him his glucosamine this evening.
He didn't give him. Oh, she's home again.
Anyway, but he's also been hiving out too.
Here's another thing, though. Do you think that like having, I'm not saying your house is small, really. It's not small. It's a good sized house, but like it's a lot of like separated from upstairs, downstairs. A lot of like
There are a lot of
like
stairs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's maybe not helping?
So
or-
I'm really afraid that I've fucked it up because I play fetch with him. Have to and
Go
I haven't
downstairs,
done
go
this in
upstairs
like
and
a week or two. Yeah, he'd have to run, cut, sprint, run upstairs, cut, sprint, and it's like, I'm slightly afraid that like I exacerbated things with all the fetch that I do.
Well, I don't know, but it's also something that you need that it needs exercise. And
Yeah,
stuff.
he's going. Yeah, and so he's going to May 17th for X-rays. But I'm also going to do an allergy test because he'd been hiving up like a motherfucker.
Oh, that's what you mean by him. I thought you said he had that for grass or something.
We thought, but like he barely goes into the grass, and now he's been getting it bad every day. It's worse this year than last year. What's that? We did add some olive oil to his diet because it helps with his coat and his paws, but we're cutting that out to see. But he's you know, I'm not going to get into this argument here. He's hived out for the bit. Yeah, we're yeah.
Maybe cut it out and see if he keeps.
Yeah,
getting
so
high.
like no, we've stopped doing that to see if that'll maybe that makes him itchy and bitchy.
It's like when ladies have too tight of brasiers. Am I right, gents? I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. Yeah, well, the brasiers
If
are
you're
too
making
tight.
like a turkey's done Thanksgiving reference, then yeah. But
That is not what I was making.
oh,
I was just making a general statement about the tightness of brasiers.
oh.
Well, boob containers, yeah. Is that what would you call brasiers boob containers?
Over the shoulder boulder holders.
Yeah. Wait. What is it? Well, let's break that down. What is an over-the-shoulder boulder holder? Because I always thought that was just a lady with huge saggy booblers.
No, an over the shoulder boulder holder is a bra. Because it goes over the shoulder and holds the boulders.
Huh. Interesting. Because I would. I don't want to say this. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say it. There's this substitute teacher when I was a child that everyone called Steel Tits.
Oh, God.
And she had huge boobs. But she was old, right? And they were pretty, like. They were down. Yes, they were.
Saggy.
Maybe the skin had flexed a bit. And they were, and every time that I hear the term over the shoulder boulder holder, that's what I think is like just her with her giant jumblers, old, and she had like a buzz haircut and like giant glasses.
Sounds hot.
She is not whatsoever. She was very mean.
I had a huge crush on my kindergarten teacher. Still do. I was
Mrs. Stevenson?
I was into ladies when I was in kindergarten. I'm not going to say her name.
I was into ladies when I was in kindergarten. You know who I was into? I'll tell you two that I was into. One was Kelly something rather from Weird Science.
Oh, Kelly LeBrock.
Yeah, Kelly
Oh,
LeBrock.
God, Kelly LeBrock. It's like she was made by scientists in a lab. Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
it's exactly what happened. And you know what they did? They scanned in a bunch of supermodels from magazines, and then they attached her to a Barbie doll.
They did.
And
they
Kelly
got,
LeBrock
and they
came
got
out.
Oingo Boingo to make a song about it.
Yeah. No. Was
Yeah.
it Oingo Boingo?
It was.
Oh, nice.
Oingo Boingo, Danny Elfman's original band.
Yeah. Exactly.
Weird Science. Woo. All right, I like that movie a lot.
Migration is real. Yeah.
I love Kelly LeBrock. Well, loved Kelly LeBrock.
Yeah,
in the movie.
she
ended up,
it got a little rough.
finding food booze.
Yeah, well, didn't we all? And then the other one was Kim Cattrall from Mannequin.
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting because Kim Cattrall from Mannequin was the shit.
James Spader was a mannequin.
Yeah, he was. He was.
He was the like nerdy.
Wasn't he
general
gay?
manager
No,
or
he
whatever.
wasn't gay. He was trying to bang Paul McCarthy's
Was he trying
fiance.
to bang anybody?
Yeah, or he was trying to bust Paul McCarthy. Is it Paul McCarthy?
No, McCartney. McCarthy.
No, Paul McCartney is the singer.
But it's not Paul.
It's not Paul. Dan,
It's McCarthy. Keep talking. I'll figure it out.
not Steve, not Phil. But anyway, like he was trying to. Oh no, Hollywood was the gay. Was the gay guy?
Hollywood, yeah.
Hollywood was great because he like had that whole car.
His sunglasses. Were
His sunglasses were fit, and he had a car cover.
Cadillac.
He had a car cover for
Yeah.
it, and it was like this crazy car. Anyway, that was some of my first exposure to
I'm gonna
that
figure
community.
out the fucking McCarthy
So,
first name. I swear to
it was
God.
good.
God damn
It was good. Andrew McCarthy. Andrew
Nice
McCarthy.
job.
Um,
I'm sad that I didn't get it.
and James Spader. But James Spader was trying to bang Andrew McCarthy's fiance, I believe.
You know, that movie's fucked up.
No, there
because
was another guy
like,
too who
Andrew
was like
McCarthy-
a foreign guy because he used to always say one of his lines in the movie was panties.
Yeah,
And then he got slapped, and then I would say that to my mom, and she would also slap me. They hated the word panties.
What did you think of the sequel?
Not as good.
Something about it I kind of enjoy.
Well, it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't. It wasn't Kim Cattrall. No. All right.
And it wasn't McCarthy.
It wasn't
was
Andrew
the
McCarthy.
guy who played Charlie
Andrew McCarthy was a
Brewster
treasure.
The guy who played Charlie Brewster in Fright Night.
Oh yeah, the main character in Fright Night, or Fright Night 2.
His
Was he the
name-
same? Was it the same character in Fright Night 2 as Fright Night 1?
2, yeah.
Okay, Fright Night 2 was my favorite.
I have it on DVD.
Because that girl, that was another one of my young man crushes, was the girl
The reason
in
why
Fright Night.
so I have it on DVD, and I spent
Fantastic.
a fucking fortune to get it on DVD when I was like a while ago. So
A
that
while
movie
ago?
was very limited. Yeah, like back like when I was working at FYE a decade
Oh, like
ago.
a long while
Yeah,
ago.
like that. So that movie was very limited release, and FYE like had special order, and I was able to special order it in, and I
Really?
spent a fuckload on it.
I spent a lot of money on the Truman Show Blu-ray. Because it wasn't out, and so I had a alert from like Blu-ray.com or something to tell me when it came out, and when it came out, I bought it immediately. I love the Truman Show.
I did that with Shivers DVD by David Cronenberg, and then I
Really
also
Cronenberg that up, Marty.
yeah, no, that's yeah, and then I also did that with Phantasm 2. Phantasm 2, I spent a bunch of money on a European DVD that would only work on a certain DVD player.
Yeah,
or
right,
computer.
region, because the region was off. Yeah,
And then like within a year or two after I bought it, they released it on DVD
right.
in the States.
right. That's why I don't like. That's why I can you look stuff up on. I can download anything basically. If
Yeah.
I can find it anywhere. I can find whatever I want anywhere I want. Fright Night 2 though was like on USA all the time. Like I used to watch it. It
I'm gonna
scared the
borrow it.
shit out of me.
I
but
got it.
I always had. I think I actually had.
I love the first Fright Night, man.
I thought it was okay, but like the first one I ever saw was Fright Night 2, and then that
Really?
one where the one guy was like roller skating or something, and like no, he wasn't roller skating. The girl was, but like there was a guy, like a big Dolph Lundgren type guy, who was in a lot of stuff, but I can't remember his name.
So I think that guy was also in Buffy.
He had a lot of like pock marks on his face, but he was just like a giant.
Kind of looked like an ape,
Dolph
but always had like a buzz.
Yes,
cut
Dolph
thing.
Lundgren / Arnold type.
Yeah.
Because he was like foreign, but like he got slashed across the chest or like belly, and he sat down and his belly flapped open and his guts fell out. And I was like, whoa!
You want to borrow it sometime? I've got it on DVD.
Now, Fright Night. The guy's friend went to the thing. Do you remember the Twice Bitten?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yes, I watched that movie so much as a kid, and now like I haven't seen it in so long.
Do you remember the
wouldn't mind seeing
dance
it again.
scene with what's her face and Jim Carrey's girlfriend? And it was like stand off. He belongs to me. Stand up.
Was it like it's a little like
It was a high school dance.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend was like wearing a Mary Ann, and he was supposed to be Raggedy Ann, and he was supposed to be Raggedy Andy, but he came in his like dark clothes. And his friend, and he had to go buy pig's blood, like one of Jim Carrey's like first movies ever. Like,
Yeah. Did you see the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog?
I did.
So they got so many negative reviews. They're redoing Sonic.
I also saw that. I saw that like right before you came over.
I actually kind of would only want to.
No,
see
it was
that
his
movie because-
teeth.
Yeah, and his human-like form.
They freaked out. They also freaked out when they showed a silhouette of him earlier, and they already had changed him once.
I kind of want to see it for Jim Carrey.
I want to see Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik,
That final shot of him as Dr. Robotnik,
bald with
like, it
the
was
mustache
awesome.
when he put his glasses on.
Yeah.
Eggman.
Like there were parts of that trailer that I was like, basically everything with Jim Carrey was like, he's back, baby.
I liked that they used old sound effects. Like they used the ring sound effect. They used like his like the spinning.
They just need to fix him.
Well, I don't. He was all right. His eyes need to be bigger. All
Why
right.
wouldn't they make him more
And
2D?
they made him
why wouldn't
teeth.
you just make him more like the TV.
Yeah, that's right. Because the TV show, when he was 3D animated already, well, they needed to give him like fur, right? Because they have to make it like more like he's a real animal.
Don't give him teeth.
They don't need to do that. Yeah. Did you see that there was an article also that I read that they showed other classic video game characters with teeth? So like they showed Kirby with teeth and like these other characters.
I'm curious what they do with the redesign. It's gonna have to. They're gonna spend a fortune in redoing shit.
I do though respect them for listening to fans and because Sonic is a classic character. You know, if people would have released some stuff about the Mario Brothers movie before it came out, they would have told them to just scrap the whole damn
been a lot
movie.
different, or
Yeah.
Not that I don't love that movie.
I don't love it. I haven't seen it all the way through, and I will not.
I love it.
First of all, John Leguizamo.
I don't care. Bob Hoskins and
Bob Haskins
and
Haskins or Hoskins. Are you sure it's not Bob Haskins?
no, it's Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, you're right. It is Haskins.
Why can't I fucking remember
Dennis Hopper?
Dennis Hopper? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but Kid Cooper shouldn't be a god dang person. And then when he didn't they knock his head off or something? And he actually was like a
just like
weird,
morph
like
or whatever. Yeah.
weird, dumb.
Not have a lot of this left.
Well, we're at this has been fun, and I've been monitoring it, but I've just been letting it go. We're at an hour and 13 minutes.
Oof.
But I'm just letting it go because this has been fun.
Yeah, it's been a hoot and a half.
All right, I'm playing the outro right now.
Boots, bats, and boots, bats, boots,
Thanks
bats, and boots, bats, boots.
Oh,
boots,
hey everyone!
bats.
If you want to follow us on Twitter, then you can go to Pro Football Juice, #Juice Nation.
Facebook us at Pro Football Juice.
No, I've murdered that. It's at Pro FB Juice, #Juice Nation.
Listen to us on Stitcher.
Yeah, if you want, or you could go to iTunes, Google Play Music.
TuneIn Radio.
Yes. Also, if you want to watch us live every time we do this, you can go to twitch.tv/Pro Football Juice. Also, if you want to watch old episodes, you can go to YouTube. Pro Football Juice.
Yeah.
If you search Pro Football Juice within YouTube, you will get a bunch of Mexican content, or Spanish-speaking content, I should say. It's not technically, I don't know if it came from Mexico. It's Spanish-speaking, and then all of a sudden you'll see Pro Football Juice, and that's us. Hey. The screen capture will just be us looking drunk like it is on the TV right now.
Thanks to Arcane Brewing.
Thanks to Smoking Room Films.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks to Emily.
Thanks to Bill the Cat.
Thanks to Mac to making an
Yeah, let's just say
to
thanks
Mac
to
the
Mac.
dog.
That fucking bastard. I love that boy.
I don't know if Nick likes him, but let's shout him out.
He's the great love of my life.
Peace.
Go home and have another drink. It's great.
Do you know?
Something when I get home. That's why I was gonna have a drink. I was gonna look through my cards and have a drink.